Who are you?
My name's Jack Fitzgerald, and I'm 20, and I was born in Brockton, Massachusetts, and I'm a music producer, and I go by the name Asiago Bagel, and I'm also a DJ.
What was your childhood like?
I grew up in a suburb below Boston, and I grew up like pretty, like kind of dreamlike, like what every kid wants, kind of privileged, Um, but I had a lot of fun as a kid, and it definitely was like a good time in my life. Not too many complaints.
Yeah. So what about high school? Like moving in high school?
High school, after my parents got divorced, I moved closer to here. I moved to Gardner, and that's more like Central Mass. And that's when my childhood kind of took a shift, because I was leaving like this privileged lifestyle to move to somewhere where, there's a range of people's experiences, and I'm seeing them, and I'm trying to navigate middle school and high school. And high school is difficult because I had come out as gay first, and I was trying to express myself through my gender and everything, and then eventually I came out as trans.
What does a normal day look like for you?
I start work at 5, so I'll usually go in, and then I get out at usually like 1 in the morning, and I'll produce after that, and yeah. So this is my setup. I have all of my hardware, which I started off with hardware with music, and I won't get rid of it. I don't include it into my music too much. It's more just like an inspiration, and it's relaxing to get away from like a computer screen and just jam out and kind of that stuff. But when I am producing, I use Ableton, and I use my Push 2 so I can live perform and then work off of ideas of that and bounce them back into here and then create a track. So this is my record collection. I think compared to a lot of other people, it's kind of small, but it's definitely something I hold close to my heart, because all of this music is like Of course, I make techno, and that's predominantly like what I listen to. But I have, like Lana Del Rey and Bjork and like experimental rock type albums, which I'm not usually into. But having it like in physical form and being able to listen to that way, and like cherish it more, I can like re-inspire myself. So when I go back to producing, it's like I have this clean slate of, you know, I'm out of the mindset of like making techno, which can be so boring at a time. So this is an album that's really important to me. It's a self-titled album by Arca, and it's really important to me because it really resonates with like love and accepting that sometimes you fall out of love with certain people, and it's okay to leave certain relationships and leave important relationships that society would deem are eternal, like parents and family, because you're leaving that relationship for the betterment of yourself, because it no longer serves you. And that's why I love this album.
How has your detransition affected your life?
It's definitely made me more appreciative of and more accepting of people and empathetic for like the discrimination that people face, especially in America today. But it's made me filled with like a lot of self-doubt, because transitioning for so long I was constantly fighting for like, this is what I want to pursue, and other people putting their belief systems on me, and trying to fight that while I'm surrounded with a completely different mindset. So detransitioning, I had to make the choice, like, I have to better myself. I can't appeal to everyone else's moral standards. And even though I fought for so long for my transition, detransitioning was the best thing for me. And sometimes you just have to think about yourself, and you can't take other people so seriously.
What are the tattoos on your arms?
It's Russian for Trip, and it is a record label owned by Nina Kravitz, and it's one of my music inspirations.
Where do you see yourself in the music industry in 5 years?
Probably producing more, producing for other people, and DJing full time. And my dream would be to perform at Berghain in Berlin. Period.
How do you feel after performing in front of people for the first time?
It was intense. Definitely, nobody's behind your shoulder, but it feels like everybody's over your shoulder, and you don't want to like lose your confidence, because then that's where you fail. And after you make a mistake, you have to realize that nobody really noticed, because it's really noisy music.